south, the east, and the west. Good morning to you. Today is Thursday here, Thursday morning. I don't know what time it is there in your area, but it is Thursday morning. And this morning I will be talking about emotional healing. And the title is Creating a System of Promises, Releasing Your Old Thoughts, Your Old Emotions, and Your Old Behaviors. Mm. Grand rising, grand rising, and welcome. Ah, to every person listening early this morning, whether you are in your home, in your car, on your job, or in your prayer room. Well, I hope if you're in your prayer room, you're not listening, but if you are, good morning to you. Even if you're in the kitchen working, good morning to you. Just thinking about it's just a good morning. So I don't know where you are, but here in Texas, it's a good morning. The weather may be bad outside, but still able to breathe. So that's what. So let's look at this. You did not wake up by accident. Yay. You know, you did not thrive by accident. If you woke up, because in other countries, things are not like they are here, where things are going across the sky or don't know where you're going to sleep at. I just want to say, if you have your cell phone, good morning. And this clap is for you. My name is GloryD. Again, welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to the live YouTube. And as I think about that, I think about so many times we forget to about how just being able to breathe on your own, how grateful you are. We forget to think about these systems that put us in certain positions and certain mind frame of thinking and yes, I have my notes. Systems taught people about values, our basic belief. System taught people about equality. System taught people to feel like less than people. But I'm here to say system may have worked back in the days, but this is 2026. And we're going to talk about creating a system of promises, creating a system of promises. But before we can create a system of promises, we got to challenge the old system, the old mindset, the old way of thinking. We have to challenge that. You know, even the systems that they put in place in church, the system that they put in place in our job. We do work and we do have workplace systems, but when we start degrading or talking about the other person, putting them down. That's the challenge of the old system, the old stereotypes, the old judgment, the old thoughts, the old emotions, systems, and behavior. Yes. Let's talk about these systems. We've always talked about the welfare system, but I'm talking about the welfare emotional system of you because what you say and what you think it affects your brain, according to the American Social Psychological. Patterns of words, behavior, control. If someone trying to control you, manipulate you, or say words harsh to you, man, that's a part of an old system. An old system. This morning, I want you to type it or say it this morning. I am healing with the words. I'm getting out of the old emotional abuse system. I'm not going to allow that to happen to me. This morning, I'm replacing pain with promise. Someone already said that. I'm replacing the old system with the promises of the promises. The promises. Emotional healing is a process of allowing the higher power to restore the wound that was placed in your mind, in your heart, in your memory, your identity, and your behavior. Wow. So those old negative system was put in place even before you or I were even born. Lenore back in 1970, she started looking at these emotional system abuse words and how people were hollering at each other. Well, I can remember back in the day that when in order to communicate, everyone would holler at each other and belittle each other and put people down. They never knew anything. We didn't know. I can't say they didn't, but we didn't know that it was emotional abuse. We didn't know that we was hurting people. We didn't know that those words really mean anything. We didn't know all that stuff. We was just following the system, following the line. This is what I saw. This is what I did. This is what. And now all of a sudden, now we're in mental illness. What? Yes. Now we're talking about well, mental illness are all those abuse words that was said when we was a kid. We didn't think anything about it. And we're trying to press our way, trying to get up and trying to do what we can do. Patterns of word behavior control, intimidation, manipulation, or neglect. That's what damage a person. It damaged a person emotionally. It damaged a person mentally. Ah, so you mean tell me, Glory D, that the words that I say or don't say, even the body language, can give a person the wrong impression. So we're going back every Thursday when I get up in the morning. It's about our promises of healing ourselves emotionally. Let's deal with all that anger. Why am I so mad? Why do I want everything to go my way? Why do I put down other people to make me feel good? Why I neglect, why do I run when people are treating me good? Why do I run? Well, we're going to find those answers. We're going to find those answers. Ah, listen, emotional abuse builds up over time. So it's going to take time, just like we talk about an alcoholic, or drug addict. Listen, emotional abuse is just as worse because they can walk away. That's hard. They when they get ready to walk away from alcohol or drugs, they have to get out of that old system and think about new ways of thinking. Same thing with when it comes to emotional abuse. We got to think about what we say. Stop doing this. Stop. That, this is a gesture to somebody. Don't But we just take it lightly, girl, boy, I'm just playing with you. I mean, stop. No. How you know that wasn't a part of them when they grew up, that someone would always do that or do something like that. Man, we gotta realize I'm gonna stop damaging me first. I mean, if we're gonna put that out in the universe. I am no longer damaging me with my words, my thoughts, and my behaviors. And I'm not going to damage you as well. Emotional healing is when your past no longer has permission to poison your present. Let me say it again. Emotional healing is when your past, that back there, no longer has permission to position your presence. Past, you no longer have permission to poison my presence. Your pain no longer get to preach louder than your promises that you make. That was already set in stone for us. Your old emotions no longer control your new direction and your new decision. When we have to make these decisions, yes, it is hard. Your wounds no longer define your wealth because I think it's a song say I want to be your superwoman or something like that, or Superman or whatever. Be it to yourself. Think about all those old negative words that you heard coming up. Be it to yourself. Be it to yourself. Build you up. That's what it's all about. Your mouth, stop repeating what broke you. We're not going to do what we used to do no more. No, we're going to stop. If you're going to put the stop sign in front of your own face. Stop. I'm not going to say that anymore. I'm bigger than that. I'm better than that. I'm not going to let anyone degrade me. I'm not going to let anyone holler at me. I'm not going to let anyone do that body language to me. Hmm. Hmm. You can be damaged by a person. You can be damaged emotionally, mentally, spiritually, as well as in the church, your friendship, your relationship, your family. They can hurt you because remember, those are the systems that we live by every day. And if you get used to someone always bullying you or belittling you, then guess what? When I think of belittling, you let people mark your intelligence. People call you fat. They talk about your appearance. They call you skinny. Those are belittling words. Those words do hurt. That if you have a dream or you're struggling to get out of a relationship, they say stuff that they don't even know until they get there. So what do we do? Ah, when someone belittle us or attack us emotionally, guess what? It penetrates the brain, baby. Whoops, did I say that? It penetrates the brain. Here we go. We wonder why. Why is this bothering me? Why am I crying? Why do I feel when this certain person come around? It makes me feel in a negative, not a good. So we have to go back and think about all those negative words that were penetrated, infiltrated in our brain. You know, if they just thought about this and back, they just start figuring out that it's emotional abuse back in 1970. Think about how many, how that cycle, a system kept going on, and it's still going on today. So when do we build our own self up and have a voice to say, you know what? I really didn't like what you said. And that made me feel, how did you feel? That made me feel less than. And it may be your best friend or the person you're dating or the person you're married, then you just need to stop and breathe and walk away. I think this is a walk away season. It's easier said than done. We always tell the people suffering from alcohol, suffering from drugs, sexual addiction, walk away. But what about walk away from emotional abuse, emotional name tag, emotional word calling, emotional gaslighting? These words, you in your area doing what you're trying to work, and all of a sudden that word come about, and then you start, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, no, build you up first. Build you up first. Well, I can't do anything until I go to the scripture because that's who I am. Okay. Uh Proverbs 18 and 21 in the King James, which is the Holy Bible. It says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. So, in order for me to eat, I don't eat with my ear. I hear with my ear. It goes in, but I eat with my mouth. So whatever comes out of my mouth, it becomes golden. So if I don't start speaking the truth, the scripture. The scriptures teach us that words are not empty. Words carry weight. Words can build or break. Mm. Words can bless or curse. Words can bless, curse, bruise. Words can penetrate the mind. Words can make you feel less than. Words can heal or words can harm. Words can open a future or keep someone trapped in their old identity. So, what are you saying, Glory D? Let's get the identity. The tongue can speak death, which says words like this. And I typed them. It says, "You would never be anything. You are too damaged. Nobody wants you." That is hurtful. Nobody. You don't, just because you don't want them, there's somebody out there that wants you. First of all, you want you. You know what? I want me. So, you always mess up. These are the negative emotional death words that people say to other people. You are not smart enough. You are not lovable. You are crazy. Man, Man, I remember hearing that word when I grew up. And I just, as a little girl, I did not like people say I'm crazy. Why y'all say I'm crazy? Because I don't think like y'all do. Why do people say other people are crazy? Because they don't fit into the system, because they have their own system. So, man, you're weak. You're not weak. You're weak if you have the flu. Yeah, you're weak. But other than that, if you can get up and be about that, hey, you ain't weak. You're too much. You will never change. Never say never. But the tongue, those are the negative things that comes out of a person's mouth. Those are the words that penetrate you emotionally. Those are the words that hurts the most. But the tongue can always speak life. What do we say? How do we say? Let's say some life stuff. Come on, give me a clap. Share a pass. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. So let's speak some life stuff to ourselves. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Yes, I have my thoughts together. Yes, my mind is intact. Yes, I feel great about me. I feel great about my surroundings. I feel like smiling. You know what? If people can take your smile away, they're happy. But you keep your own smile. Ah, another one. I am more than a conqueror. I am healed by his stripes. Jesus took those lickings to keep on ticking just for us. I am the head, not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am loved by the Most High God. I have a future and I have hope. I have a future and I have hope. And every time I can get up and open up my own door and listen, turn on my own light, woo, I get excited because I can do it. No one's telling me to turn the lights off. No one turned the lights on me. Man, I get excited. Ah, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This morning, we're learning how to stop feeling on words that kill and keep us in a negative system. Good morning. I guess I am glowing. Okay. Okay. Ah, what are emotional abuse words? They are words to use to control you, to shame you, to belittle you, to confuse you, to intimidate you, to manipulate you, or destroy a person's confidence, destroy a person's identity, destroy a person's peace and sense of worth. So, so what did they sound like? This is what emotional abuse words sound like. When someone tells someone else, You're nothing without me. Wait a minute. I was born without you. When I die, I'm going to die without you. So it may be hard, may have to sleep in the car, may have to live in a shelter, but I'm going to find out who I really am before it's too late. Nobody else would love you. There's always somebody waiting for some love, because this negative word that's been penetrating people's brain has been going around for a moment now, and mm, you always ruin everything. It's not that I always ruin everything. You just don't know. So um, I hate this when people call somebody stupid. What does stupid look like? I guess if you could call them stupid, then you must be the one that's really that stupid, and you just throw the word out there. So when people start throwing all these negative words on us, you got to say no and breathe, walk away. Breathe, walk away. Or they say you're the problem. You made me feel that way. No, 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 no. Now we're releasing all those old wound words, and we're going to Proverbs chapter 23 and 7, where it says, "For as he thinketh in his heart," it's a heartfelt thing. The system is within you, how you're thinking. As he think, so is he. This scripture teaches us that our thoughts are powerful. What we keep thinking about, what we keep thinking about can shape what we keep becoming. What are you thinking about? Are you thinking negative or are you thinking positive? What are you thinking about? If you keep thinking that you're nothing, you ain't gonna be nothing. If you keep thinking that no one wants you gotta want you first. No, I don't want nobody don't want themselves, because they're gonna bring some negative reinforcement in my life, and I'm not gonna be able to handle that. So no. Um, if you think that you can't change anything, mm-mm. If you see that your old behavior, the way you act, keeps showing up, you got to change the way you're thinking about you. Only you can change you. So, what is a system of promises? Let's close it out with a system of promises. A system of promises is a daily spiritual practice where you use the Most High's high power, the Holy Bible word, to replace old thoughts, old emotions, old behavior. In case you don't know what word to use, here are, I gave you some earlier, but let's do it like this. We're getting rid of the old thoughts. We're getting rid of the old emotions. We're getting rid of the old behaviors and the old spoken words. It means I do not wait until I'm overwhelmed to speak the word. I build the word every morning. I wake up and say, I am strong black woman that has the momentum and the strength to obtain and change my day. I build the word into my thinking. I can handle anything that comes my way. The most important thing is my freedom. Because if you don't have the freedom of your mind, your emotions are all over the place, and you're going to be just like a puppy dog, but people lead around on, you know how they walk their dog? We ain't walking the dog today. Ain't no walking no dog on this line. This is strong help. I build the word into my reaction. I build the word into my relationship. I build the word into my healing. So guess what? As I go back to those powerful words again, and you could say them with me to start your morning off, to say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am more than a conqueror. I am better today than I was yesterday. By Jesus' stripes, I am healed. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am a doer and a hearer of the Holy Scripture. I have good health. My life is intact. I am loved. Love is inside of me. I am loved by the Most High God. I have a future and a hope, and I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Have a great day, the rest of your day, and think of your own words. Bye.